Okay, and I'm back streaming. We're gonna do the main story quests for Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker patch 6.4, starting with the dungeon, the Aether Front. What a beautiful song. Whoa. This guy again. This is the third time, man. Oh, I take it back. He's different. Octo Mammoth. Oh! Alright. I feel good about that.
Much obliged for clearing the way. We'll get to work at once. Filling these up will take a good while. I appreciate it if you stood watch till we finished. I ain't getting chewed to chum by some ether-bloated bugger. Oh, by the by. How are you planning on putting these to use? We could deliver them by airship, see? Provided that ain't too far.
We would need them transported to Galemon, to the Tower of Babel.
Ah, that's a long old journey. Too long for a direct flight. Tell you what, we'll send them over with the scheduled shipment of provisions headed that way. I'll make the arrangements as soon as we get back. Save some poor chocobos having to drag this lot through the snow.
You have our thanks. We shall not forget your generosity.
Everything seems to be proceeding apace. I dare say he would have been fine without me.
Why would you say such a thing? You are not bound by contract or the threat of force, and you gain no advantage by devaluing your own contribution. Yet you must be bound by something to speak thus. What is it?
What binds me? A belief, I suppose. Born of our shared struggles. No matter where my comrades go, I have faith they will be fine. For I know that they will walk their chosen path as surely as I walk mine. I trust them, in short. Trite though it may sound.
Trust. I remember the word. How long has it been since last I used it? It had no place in my dealings. Not with other Voidsent, and certainly not with Xenos. Not even in the time before darkness engulfed the world. Full often did Memoriates betray their own, corrupted by the very power they wielded. You could trust no one but yourself. Alone we fought, and alone we fell. I wouldn't know how to trust. Is there some trick to it?
Just stay close to this one. You'll learn in no time. Fine. Absolutely fine.
I confess I thought thou mightst have more words of counsel to offer.
Oh, she'll soon get the hang of it, even without my help. After our work here is done, I'll see myself back to the shadows. But before that, I take it you've heard as well.
Indeed. The client seeketh Archons, and 'twould seem our extensive travels and neutrality make us prime candidates.
Well, assuming we take on the request, I suspect I'll be stuck with you again. Don't let me down, hmm?
Zero straight as an arrow, isn't she? A refreshing contrast to one more curious company. Circuitous company. We are truly indebted to Cole. I must invite him to Radzahan as a guest of honor. By simply staying close to you, will I really learn about trust? To not only allow us use of the tanks, but to arrange their transportation to Garlemald. Besides, blessed are we to count Kakol among our allies. Unto thee we must also give thanks, Thancred, for coming to our aid on such short notice. Please, you know I'm happy to help. Don't hesitate to call on me again. Till next time. Ooh. I'm close to being able. Okay, so I might get one accessory with these and one helmet with these, because that's the only thing that I can get besides accessories. And yeah, okay, I have a plan. With the tanks transportation thus arranged, our first task is complete. We may now turn our attention to the second, to wit, obtaining the blessing of Ilsbard contingent to use the Tower of Babel to channel energy unto the moon. Our destination is Camp Broken Glass, where we may present our petition to Commander Lucia. Here we are again. Glad am I to hear that Garlemald's restoration proceedeth apace, and the people no longer want for warmth. Be that as it may, there is no substitute for appropriate garments in such frigid climes, as I can personally attest. Per your Stola's advice, I have changed into clothing more suited into these surrounds. The better to blend in, I hope this will suffice. Oh, wow. Glad am I to hear of Garlemald's restoration proceedeth apace, and the people are no longer want for warmth. Be that as it may, there is no substitute for appropriate garments in such frigid climes, and I can personally attest. I feel like I read one of those twice, maybe both, I don't know. Damn, I missed that maximum. Okay. Yo, allow me to personally thank you for your assistance during the recent Voidset insurrection. Your actions saved many. What brings you here today? Pray forgive us for not sending word in advance, Commander, but we seek your cooperation in a matter of great import. Indeed, we appreciate you consulting us instead of taking unilateral action. 'Tis no simple matter to activate the Tower of Babel, and I speak not only of the technological challenges. Personally, I think we must consider the emotional impact of such an action above all else. Bending a more official name, we refer to those who remain here as the Garlean community. As you would expect, they are predominantly native Garleans, most of whom are uncomfortable with ethereal manipulation. To compound matters, the trauma inflicted by Anima is still fresh. If the tower were to suddenly light up again, it is like to cause distress and reopen old wounds. Better that than facing a mass invasion by Golbez and his void-sent hordes, surely. Of course, we acknowledge the gravity of the situation, as well as the promised bloodshed should we fail to act. Yet, even were we to convey your warning to the public, many simply do not understand the workings of magic or the rift. They will struggle to comprehend why they must be forced to relieve personal horrors for the sake of something they cannot imagine. What's there to imagine? Haven't these people seen Voidset with their own eyes? Let us suppose you encounter someone who is freezing in this cold. A natural thing to do might be to make them a fire, yes? But what if that person's sole experience with fire was being badly burned by it, and they harbored an actual fear? Despite the benefits, nay, the necessity of the warmth you offer, they may flee on instinct, or worse, misinterpret your actions for aggressions and lash out. So, like the fire that torments this individual, the Tower of Babel torments the people of Garlemald. Yet, we cannot afford to falter here. We must find a way to help them overcome their fear. I agree. To that end, the contingent will assist however we can. We should speak with Alphanode and Alize. With the report they have established with the Garlean people, I dare say they can provide us with valuable insights. In the meantime, Urianche, might I ask that you remain here to oversee the technical aspects of the tower's activation? If truth be told, had you approached us with your petition earlier, we are like to have declined it. The situation was simply too precarious. But the people have begun to pull themselves up, and I dare to hope they will lend an ear to your words. I will relay the particulars of your endeavor to members of the contingent. Rest assured, we will do our best to assist you. Full faith have I that you will win over the Garlean populace. In the meantime, I shall see to it that all is in readiness with the tower. To dread fire even when one is freezing, to become a prisoner of one's fear, 'tis a fate to which void sent to can succumb I. Of all the things, I have taken the liberty of explaining our objective. I knew you wouldn't be able to stay away. I am glad to see you, Yo. Beatra has explained our present dilemma. 'Tis no unfounded concern that the Garleans might take poorly to the reactivation of the Tower of Babel. That's putting it mildly. Many would be up in arms over it. Trust in the ill-sparred contingent is fragile enough. We need to tread lightly, or we risk jeopardizing everything we've achieved. Trust again. Well, it seems to me there's not for it but to speak with the people. Rather than harping on about the necessities of the plan, we need to lend an ear to their concerns. Then perhaps we can begin working towards a compromise. In that case, I'll take you to meet the community leaders. They're at the station called Senatus, near the Senaculium Imperialis. I would be honored to speak with them, though it would be prudent to learn where people elsewhere stand as well. But that I will leave to the others, save Zero. Might you accompany me? I'm sure those in Taproden will have their own opinions. Alpha note, if I may drag you along. Terratium, we leave to you. You are no stranger to the people here, so it should take little prodding to convince them to speak freely. Then it's settled. Once you've learned what you can, let's all meet in the Forum Solius, where we'll have what I hope is a productive discussion. No, stop it. The tower is evil. It'll turn us all evil. I don't want to hear it. Leave me alone. That went well. Faye, that tower isn't right, I tell you. All those magics. Years ago, when I lived in the provinces, the locals razed our village to the ground with the stuff. Made things appear and disappear and fly and burn. Can still see it when I close my eyes. You've done us a good turn, dear, but let's not talk about that tower any longer. It's unnatural. Activate the Tower of Babel. Are you out of your mind? The abomination transformed my friends and family into monsters. I can't even bear to look at it whenever I step outside. If you want to do something for us, tear the bloody thing down. Just when I thought I'd take a walk, no matter where I go, I'm in the shadow of that damn tower. The Tower of Babel. Well, what's it got to do with Void Scent? I can't say I understand. Still, you people have done so much for us Garleans. If you say it's necessary, then that's good enough for me. Whatever its present state, the Imperial Palace was once the pride of Garlemald. I mean no disrespect to you and yours, but shouldn't the Garlean people be its caretakers instead of foreigners? Though if we dared speak thus to some of the contingent, they might make assumptions, cut our rations, or worse. No, forget I said anything, please. We only want to survive, to be given the chance to rebuild, that our people might stand on their own again one day. Julius is on his way with the others. I hope you found the people more receptive than we did. Yo, may I present to you Lord Gannis and Medius, magistrates of our political council. They have been spearheading the efforts to establish a new system of government here. When we raised the subject of the Tower of Babel, they insisted that we speak no further until joined by representatives of the Ilsbard contingent. I see Alphanel and Alize have yet to arrive, though, so perhaps we should wait. It doesn't matter if only some of you are present. We only wish to make one thing perfectly clear. The tower is the manifestation of Garlean ingenuity and authority. It was once the abode of the imperial family, and it will forever bear tremendous cultural significance. It is insulting enough that we have had to suffer foreigners occupying it under the guise of rendering aid, and now you propose reactivating it? Nay, have had enough. The Garlemald of old may have fallen, but she fell in the Civil War to her own people, not to Eorzea nor any other land. We came here to assert our unequivocal claim to our territory, Garlemald, and all that lies within our bounds is beholden to no one. Politics. There is no common ground to be found with these men. In spite of this, you would still engage with them? We will treat the Ilsburg contingent, if only to assert our rights. If your intentions are as benevolent as you claim, then you will agree to our demands. Our sovereignty is of paramount importance. On this point, there can be no concessions. I do not begrudge them their hostility. They merely seek to protect their homeland. That said, we must strive to reach an understanding with one another. Since their excellencies are resolved to negotiate with the contingent, I will escort them to Tiritium. I'll also instruct Alphenode and Alzay to meet us there. Lord Medius, by your leave, my comrades and I would speak with the residents of Sentius. Though the Osbard contingent holds the Tower of Babel, it is I who wishes for it to be reactivated, and thus I think it meet that I be present for this discussion. Yet, my understanding of your people's hardships, of their hopes and desires, of their dreams for the future, is sorely lacking. In my ignorance, I would struggle to contribute. Lest you worry, I will not plead our case to the community in your absence. I wish only to identify common ground upon which we might build a relationship that sees us overcome our differences. Very well, but know that the guards will not hesitate to escort you from the premise should they judge your actions to be inappropriate. If it's settled, then, you should all head to Senatus. I'll join you there after I see their excellencies safely to Tiritium. Julius has told us all. You have Lord Gaius' permission to enter and speak with our residents, but do not petition them directly for support. Remember that. Their defenses bespeak a cautious mindset, more so than Tiritium. Here it is, Senatus, a temporary refuge for political dignitaries, hence the tight security. I'm given to understand that outsiders are not normally permitted so much as a glimpse inside. We should consider ourselves fortunate to be given this opportunity. I hope it will be worth the trouble. As do I, Zero. As do I. The basic design is reminiscent of terratium, though somewhat embellished. To begin, I suppose we split up and ask the residents for their views on the Ishbard contingent and the current state of affairs. We would also do well to learn more about this enclave itself. Should you observe anything of note, pray keep it in mind. It is through open hearts and open minds that I believe we may yet convince their leaders to work with us for the greater good. The stockpile of assorted supplies bears markings indicating they were provided by the Ilsburg contingent. The Enclave is clearly reliant upon the Alliance for aid. The furnishings are quite lavish. I am reminded of Troya. How do I feel about the contingent? Conflicted, to say the least. I've been tasked with the distribution of supplies, and I know as well as any that we couldn't survive without outside aid. Be that as it may, even though the Empire has collapsed, we have our pride. People don't want to be beholden to others forever, and there's no denying that it chafes to see our benefactors occupying the Imperial Palace. While our present welfare is important, we must be willing to endure hardship if it helps us to secure our nation's future. Strong leaders like Lord Nias understands this. Please, I wish to hear your concerns regarding the tower. You want to know what I think? I'm a soldier. I try not to think about politics at all. I'll say this much, our leaders labor to preserve our culture, our way of life, what remains of it, at any rate. I trust them to do what's best for Garlemald. Keep your voice down, there are people resting inside. I don't see anybody. You recognize the large casks as the very same you and your comrades used to transport ceruleum from Lapis Manilis. Why they are in Sonatas is unclear. Finished during the Enclave, have you? What were you able to learn? Much the same as me, then. They accept the contingent's help out of necessity and harbor a measure of resentment. They have only themselves to blame. If they don't like the bargain, they should reject it. How many times must I tell you, it's absolutely out of the question. What's going on? We were wondering the very same. We came running when we heard shouting. Is aught the matter? Oh, no, I was just trying to explain. Mayhap you can clear this up. The contingent has made a reasonable request, but this man insists that it's impossible. Excuse me. It concerns the Magitech weapons which run rampant throughout Regio, Urb, and Sema. Every time we deliver supplies here, we have to dispatch extra men to defend against potential attacks. To address the issue once and for all, we've proposed the elimination of all machina that loiter near the supply route. But you heard him. They refuse to even consider it. The magistrates have already spoken on this matter. Rampant or no, those war machina are Garlean assets. Furthermore, who is to say they are as dangerous as you attest? It has been suggested that this could be a pretense to scavenge Magitech material for your own ends. I know not if this is the case, but the fact remains we cannot allow you to destroy them. More speculation by the magistrates, I presume. Ridiculous, but they have spoken, and unless we want to inflame tensions further, there's naught we can do. How complicated relations become when not grounded in a clear and equitable arrangement. An equitable arrangement, of course. Well, do I understand the difficulty of your position? As a soldier, you must do your duty and obey your superiors. I have an idea, but I must first speak with Commander Lucia. May I take charge of this matter? By all means. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass, where we might find a solution I believe will satisfy all parties. Or who is this person again? Oh, you want this? What do you suppose he has in mind? He seems awfully confident. I have completed mine inspection of the tower. Thou shalt be pleased to hear that the transference of ethereal will pose no difficulty. Leave this to me, my friend. Your return with glad tidings, I hope. Welcome back, all of you. I pray there have been positive developments in your efforts to appeal to the Garlean community. Mayhap not yet, but there is a method by which I believe all stand to gain. As satrap, I intend to propose a trade agreement between Razat-Han and the people of Garlemald. Please continue. The people of this nation have lived through its collapse and war, yet they have chosen to remain, for it is their home. That they have been able to survive this thus far is thanks to the ill-sparred contingent, or rather, in less flattering terms, they are entirely at your mercy. Despite your noble intentions, this one-sided relationship has fueled feelings of frustration and resentment. 'Tis no surprise, then, that some Garleans are loath to engage with foreigners, for fear of indebting themselves further, or surrendering more of their already limited autonomy. That is why I wish to present them with an equitable arrangement, one that would restore to them a sense of agency after having been forced to rely upon charity. Easier said than done. What exactly did you have in mind? Long have Garlemald and Radsahan abided by a treaty of non-interference. Freely have we traded with one another, and I wish but to continue this tradition. We would provide your people with such supplies as you require, in return for which you would grant us leave to use the Tower of Babel, as well as share your Magitech resources and expertise. As we become more reliant upon your technologies, we will of course require more ceruleum to fuel them. This you possess in abundance, and for it you will be duly compensated. Razat-Han's culture will be enriched by your Magitech wonders, and our ever-increasing demand for your wares will see Garlemald grow wealthy and prosperous. Only when both sides keep the interests of the other in mind can an equitable relationship be forged. 'Tis a principle I once thought I understood, but have come to appreciate all the more in recent days, thanks to the sage counsel of a friend from beyond the rift. Thanks to the sage counsel of a friend from beyond the rift. Your Excellency, thank you for your careful consideration of Garlemald's future. Though I cannot speak for every Garlean, I myself see no reason to object to your proposal. Indeed, if Ratsat Han were to take the initiative, other nations may follow in suit and seek to normalize trade relations with us. If you see the sense in my proposal, then I ask you to join me in the negotiations at Tiritium. Your support may be instrumental in winning over Lord Neas and Medius. By all means, go with them. I have matters here well in hand. I have learned all that I may regarding the tower's operation, so I too shall hie me to Tyrium. Way he talks, I swear. An equitable arrangement. The satrap has a pragmatic vision for the future. If a trade agreement can be forged, I dare to hope it will thaw relations with the Garleans. Until then, I'll keep on trying to convince them of the need to decommission these dangerous weapons. Diplomatically, that is. Can we finally begin the negotiations? Just... yeah. Same dialogue. I've been thinking about what I can do to make life better for the refugees, and teaching them what I know of Magitech seems as fine a place as any to start. Even if it means they eventually have no need of me, it would be a relief to know they can survive on their own. Wordly, Imperial. A crowd you may have brought, but numbers will not intimidate us. The Tower of Babels is ours by rights, and nothing you do will convince us otherwise. Rest assured, it is not our intent to infringe upon the rights of the people of Garlemald. Let us instead discuss the future. As the satrap of Ratsatan, I wish to establish a new trade agreement between our nations. The aid we presently receive will not last forever, my lords. Sooner or later we must stand on our own 2 feet. But to do so we must secure a means to replenish our coffers, and the proposed agreement presents a rare opportunity. 'Tis true we do not want for Magitech and Ceruleum, and foreign currency will be needed to procure such things as we lack. It would depend on the precise terms, but I can see the merits. What? I can't believe what I'm hearing. You serve the Emperor, were a proud patriot, yet now you're entertaining, selling national resources like a common merchant? Like you, I weep for what we have lost, but if we are to rebuild Garlemald, we must make use of what precious few assets remain to us. Nonsense, utter nonsense. You are a traitor, Nias, and there will be a reckoning. Oh yes, when the people of Sentias learn of this, they will cry out for your blood. What a dick. Lord Medius, wait, it isn't safe out there. Oh, please die. I fear for Lord Medius. An embarrassing display. A man of Medius' station should have the capacity to keep his emotions in check. While I am thrilled Lord Nias was willing to consider my proposal, I am worried about Lord Medius. To the best of my knowledge, Lord Medius is a civil servant with no combat experience. Should he meet with misfortune, he may fare poorly. I'm not surprised. Some people cannot be moved by mere words. It's far too dangerous for a civilian to be outside alone. You must go after Lord Medius. Let us leave matters here in Maximus' care while the rest of us join in the search. If Lord Medius is bound for Senatus, we may be able to catch up to him in Regio Urbanisma. I pray he has not come to any harm. Do not worry about us, just see that Lord Medius does not come to harm, please. Yeah. Yeah. I'm alive.
Praise the sisters, you are safe.
Don't think I'm indebted to you. I never asked for your help.
You love Garlemald dearly, Lord Metius. That much is plain. But you're not alone in that. We all mourn what has become of our homeland. Bristle at having to rely upon outsiders simply to survive the cold. Even now, I struggle with fear and uncertainty. Day after day, I ask myself, what is right? Where do we go from here? I've yet to find the answers. But I won't stop looking nonetheless, and I won't avert my gaze from our grim reality.
Is there hope for us?
Aye, so long as we live.
Oh yeah, the commander committed suicide. I forgot about that.
Garlemald lies in ruins, but the bonds between us will never be broken. We are the chain that connects generations past and future. You and I, it's links. Help us, Lord Metius, for all we have been and for what we may yet become.
To be lectured by the younger, it ill becomes a man of my station. Lectured by the younger, it ill becomes a man of my station. I will rejoin the talks at Tertium. I will rejoin the talks at Tertium. Might I trouble you to escort me? Elwipard, I apologize for my discourtesy. I apologize for my discourtesy. I owe you my life, and I thank you.
Ulyss, wait. I'd like a word. Ulyss, wait. I'd like a word. With you as well. I'm to stay close, after all. With you as well. I'm to stay close, after all.
Worry not, we shall see the magistrates safely back to Tertium.
Worry not, we shall see the magistrates safely back to Tertium.
What is it?
What is it?
You bound that man with trust, didn't you? You bound that man with trust, didn't you? That's why he did not require coercion to return.
Shall we walk, perhaps? Chilly, standing around here.
Shall we walk, perhaps? Chilly, standing around here.
So that's how Zero came to join you.
So that's how Zero came to join you.
I'm not sure I'm qualified to explain something
Still,
like
I'm
trust.
not sure I'm qualified to explain something like trust.
I wouldn't describe myself as a sociable
I wouldn't describe myself as a sociable person. Before all this, any free time I had, I spent looking after my brother and sister.
As for the magistrate, I only told him what's been on my mind of late.
As for the magistrate, I only told him what's been on my mind of late.
But I wouldn't have done so, I think, if it weren't for the twins'
But I wouldn't have done so, I think, if it weren't for the twins' influence.
Trust is infectious, in a manner of speaking.
Trust is infectious, in a manner of speaking.
When someone believes in you,
it makes you want to believe in them, in others, in yourself.
Perhaps it's because the magistrate felt that earnestness that
Perhaps it's because the magistrate felt that earnestness that he gave us a chance. As I did, after I was caught trying to steal provisions from the enemy. Trust comes easy in such company.
Little wonder my world is devoid of it. Little wonder my world is devoid of it. No one trusts in you, and so you trust in no one. No one trusts in you, and so you trust in no one. And round the wheel turns. During the Contra Memoria, we had already come to judge one another based on strength and usefulness. You either used or were used. Those who rejected this rule didn't survive. My mother wanted to save the world. To fulfill and true. To fulfill the hopes of Memoria's good and true. I carried on her mission alone. After she died, I carried on her mission alone.
Alone? Didn't you have anyone to help you?
Alone? Didn't you have anyone to help you?
Almost. Two men tried just the once. Two men tried just the once. A swordsman and a mage. Whom I met when passing through a village. They had saved the people there from corrupted Memoriats. When they learned our enemies were the same, they seemed heartened. They claimed to be soldiers of a kingdom called Baron. And were traveling the realm in search for means to end the Contra Memoria. They invited me to join them. I refused. How could I not, having learned the lessons of my world? Those who would work with others always have their own motives. I would not place myself at their mercy. I would not be forced to submit. I expected some manner of outburst. Some show of frustration at having failed to deceive me. But they simply watched me walk away. I didn't know what to make of it then, but now. Perhaps they shared a bond of trust. Perhaps they were the last ones left who dared. Perhaps they hoped I was like them too. And nothing more. Perhaps it was just an offer, and nothing more. I continued fighting alone. But ultimately I was undone. Overwhelmed by enemies that had banded together. I was cold. In pain. Wishing desperately that someone would save me. And as I lay there in solitude, I felt it happen. The breaking of our world. Darkness washed over me. And I was swept into the rift. When I finally managed to return, When I finally managed to return, it was to a world forever transformed. Now filled my home. Abominations. Now filled with abominations. I had a chance to learn about trust. I had a chance to learn about trust. And forsook it. I never had the power to save my home single-handed. I never had the power to save my home single-handed. I should have accepted their invitation. Had I joined them as I've joined you, had I joined them as I've joined you, I might not have had to face the end of the world alone. But it's all history now. No amount of reflection will change our present reality. No amount of reflection or regret will change our present reality.
Whatever may have happened in the past, you're still here, Zero.
Whatever may have happened in the past, you're still here, Zero. Alive.
So long as you're alive, there will always be hope.
So long as you're alive, there will always be hope, no matter how bad things get.
You might still do today.
What you couldn't do yesterday, you might still do today.
Think about it. It's plain that you've forged bonds with
Think
those
about
around
it.
you.
It's plain that you've forged bonds with those around you.
Would you have risked your life
If you didn't
as you
feel
did for a
that in some
meager
sense,
ration of boots?
would you have risked your life as you did for a meager ration of boots?
I trust you too, for what it's worth.
I trust you too, for what it's worth.
Here it is again. Here it is again. The fire that burned in my breast when you came to my rescue. The fire that burned in my breast when you came to my rescue. There is no sorrow. The urge to weep, though there is no sorrow. If this is trust, then what must I do? If this is trust, how do I answer it? Then what must I do? How do I answer it?
With a handshake, perhaps. However you like, is the real answer.
Give me your hand.
Choices matter.
Give me your hand.
It's not something you do constantly, mine. A friend
It's not
is
something
a
you
friend
do
regardless.
constantly, mind. A friend is a friend regardless.
A friend. So that's what it means. A friend. So that's what it means. Trust. Someone you trust.
Huh. Well, that was nice. When I first met Zero, I wasn't sure what to make of her foresight to a fault nature, but now I understand she is simply an honest soul to the core. Thank you. I feel at last as though I've found the answers I sought, and I owe it all to you, Julius. Right then, I expect the others have already arrived back at Tiritium. We should join them. Ahem. Full glad am I to see everyone return, and none the worse for wear. Various representatives of the Garlean community are gathered here this very moment. I dare say this is a fine opportunity to announce the trade agreement. You've read the memorandum. I trust you find the terms acceptable. I do. And Nias, I pray you forgive my disgraceful conduct earlier. I am ashamed not only of my behavior, but of placing the burden of negotiation solely on your shoulders in my absence. You should know that when we brought up the subject of the tower's reactivation to the people of Tapper's Den, some reacted quite strongly. Once we explained that it would be to prevent another Voidsent invasion, however, they were more receptive. It's fair to say the recent episodes is still fresh in their minds. I taggered along to deliver a supply of ceruleum. Jarek, I have to say, I didn't expect to see such a large crowd. Even the stuffy Imperials who normally keep to themselves and Senatus are here. My friends and countrymen, lend me your ears. I am pleased to inform you all of this joyous occasion that we, the people of Garlemald, have entered into a trade agreement with Razad Han. To inaugurate our accord, we intend to grant the individuals before you access to the Tower of Babel. In return, Razat Han will provide us with supplies, which shall be equally distributed amongst the settlements of our nation. Let me be clear on one point. This is not an act of charity, but trade, a bargain struck between equals rooted in trust and respect, and it marks a significant step towards rebuilding our nation and regaining true independence. Razat Han holds Garlean technology and ingenuity in the highest esteem. It is my hope that through this agreement, our peoples will enjoy a mutually beneficial relationship for years to come. Now then, we bid you gather round to hear the particulars, that you might convey them to those elsewhere. So burdened by hardship and trauma were the people of Garlemald that they were unable to imagine a brighter future. To be recognized as equals, as a nation with something of value to offer to others, The validation alone is enough to rekindle their hope. 'Tis by virtue of this partnership that we may access the Tower of Babel, a rather timely development given the Aether tank's impending arrival. Once the tower stores have been replenished, we need but await Y'shtola's signal to channel the energy to the moon, yes? Then you can leave that and anything else on this end to me and Alpha Node. No need to worry. Devote all your energies to the mission in the void. As ever, I am in your debt. You are good friends. That was sweet. Good friends, eh? And coming from her, you know she's not just saying it to be nice. Both Razat-Han and Garlemald stand to benefit greatly from this agreement. It may well mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Moments like these give me hope that we will still have a place in this world. Garlean technology shall enrich my people's lives and empower them to achieve great new feats. I am particularly eager to see what our alchemists are inspired to create. True. I'm not wrong to call them that, am I, friends? So in the end they're going to activate the tower, but if it means we'll have a better chance, well, I'll be damned if I let everyone's sacrifice be for nothing.
Let us take a moment to review matters as they stand.
Let us take a moment to review matters as they stand.
Having procured sufficient stores of ether, we may now
Having procured sufficient stores of ether, we may now channel the requisite energy unto the moon via the Tower of Babel. Our work on the star is complete.
We have yet to receive word from Y'shtola as to the
However,
state
we
of
have
the
yet to receive word from Y'shtola as to the state of the lunar preparations.
A ritual to open the gate, and measures to forestall
A ritual to open the gate, and measures to forestall a void-sent invasion.
Neither task is simple nor quickly completed.
Neither task is simple nor quickly completed. She would doubtless benefit from our assistance.
The very thing I was about to propose. Let us join
The very thing I
above
was
and
about
lend
to
what
propose.
aid we may.
Let us join her above and lend what aid we may.
Ere we set forth, however, Ishtola did bid
Ere
me
we
relay
set
a
forth,
message to
however, Ishtola did bid me
As thou art
relay a
well
message
aware,
to thee.
a key objective of our
As thou art
mission
well
is the
aware,
extraction of
a
thy
key
sister
objective
Ashdaya
of
from
our
the
mission
void.
is the extraction of thy sister Ashdaya from the void.
Held captive for millennia and divested of an eye.
Held
she is
captive
like
for
to be
millennia
severely
and
weakened.
divested of an eye, she is
To make
like to
good her
be
escape,
severely
she shall
weakened.
require aid.
To make good her escape,
Aid that
she
is
shall
best
require
provided
aid.
by a fellow great
Aid
worm.
that is best provided by a fellow great worm.
You would have me go in my true form.
You would have me go in my true form.
Very well. Like our sire, we great worms
Very
are
well.
capable of traversing the
Like our
great
sire,
expanse.
we great worms
The
are
journey will
capable of
take some
traversing
time,
the great
but
expanse.
I shall take
The
myself
journey
to
will
the
take
moon.
some time, but I shall take myself to the moon.
To begin with, I shall return this vessel to Radzat
To begin with,
that I may
I
have
shall
both
return
my
this
eyes.
vessel to Radzat Han, that I may have both my eyes.
And until such time as we find Ashdaya,
And
I will
until
entrust
such
her
time
eye
as
to
we
your
find
keeping.
Ashdaya, I would entrust her eye to your keeping.
Will you do this for me?
Will you do this for me?
We shall contact you via link pearl once all is in place on the moon.
We shall contact you via
You need
link
but
pearl once
follow
all is in
Ishtola's
place on the moon.
instructions.
You need but follow Ishtola's
We'll be
instructions.
ready. Understood. We'll be ready.
Take care, Zero.
Take care, Zero.
It will be the briefest of homecomings.
It will
I'll
be
be
the
back
briefest
before
of
you know.
homecomings. I'll be back before you know it.
In mare elementorum, then. Go well.
In mare elementorum, then. Go well.
You take care as well, Leo. Leave the tower to us. The trade agreement discussion do not require our input, so Alize and I are free to attend to the Tower of Babel without distractions. I love going on the moon. I wish when you jumped you went higher on the moon. Only makes sense. I might have mentioned this before. Anyway. The moon. When Xenos brought me here, I remember feeling surprised that such a desolate place could exist in the source.
I took the liberty of informing Ishtola of our arrival.
I took the
She
liberty
and
of
her
informing
entourage
Ishtola
should be
of our
here
arrival.
momentarily.
She and her entourage should be here momentarily.
Forgive me. I'd hoped to have everything in order sooner. My thanks
Forgive
for the
me.
extra hands.
I'd hoped to have everything in order sooner. My thanks for the extra hands.
Alphino and Alice stand ready at the Tower of Babel.
Alphino and Alice
Vritra
stand
is
ready at the
also
Tower
en
of
route.
Babel. Vritra is also en route.
Excellent. You've done well, all of you.
Excellent. You've done
For my
well,
part,
all of you.
I've managed to prepare the ritual with help from the Watcher.
For my part, I've managed to prepare the ritual with help from the Watcher.
All that remains is to channel the ether from below. This should,
All
I
that
pray,
remains is to channel the
open a gate
ether from
leading to the
below.
moon of the
This should,
13th.
I pray, open a gate leading to the moon of the 13th.
May I just say how excited we are to be a part of this
May I
grand
just say
undertaking.
how excited we are to be a part of this grand undertaking. The development of the artificial atomos was one thing, but this is an opportunity like no other.
Even managed to get a loan of elegant treatises on voice and
Ishtora
summoning
even managed to
from the
get a loan of
prized
elegant
collection of the
treatises
Sons
on
of
voice
Saint
and
Koinak.
summoning from the prized collection of the Sons of Saint Koinak. The Empire's application of etherochemistry in regulating void gates provided us with many a useful insight for our work, let me tell you.
I asked a favor of Grahatir when we were comparing notes on Cross
I asked a
Rift
favor of
travel.
Grahatir when we were comparing notes on Crossrift travel.
Given his credentials, I was confident he wouldn't be denied.
Given his credentials, I was confident he wouldn't be denied.
The knowledge of our forebears has brought us far, as has our own.
The knowledge of our forebears has brought us far, as has our own.
And with our knowledge and resources, we shall construct a voidsent
And with our knowledge and
containment seal
resources,
on a heretofore
we shall
unseen
construct a
scale.
voidsent containment seal on a heretofore unseen scale.
Containment seal. Then thou wouldst make
Containment
use
seal.
of
Then thou wouldst make use of...
A tried and tested means of holding dark entities at bay is readily
A tried and
available
tested
here.
means of holding
'Twould be
dark
remiss of
entities
us
at
not to
bay is
employ it.
readily available here. 'Twould be remiss of us not to employ
We
it.
shall reforge the brands that Xenos and Fandaniel destroyed.
We shall reforge the brands that Xenos and Fandaniel destroyed.
That which held even Zodiac shall more than suffice for void
That
scent
which
of
held
any
even
persuasion.
Zodiac shall more than suffice for void scent of any persuasion.
The Watcher is already hard at work, tending to the most critical
The Watcher
parts of
is
the brand's
already hard at
restoration.
work, tending to the most critical parts of the
There
brand's
are,
restoration.
however, a number of concerning factors that remain.
There are, however,
your
a
help,
number of concerning
I'm sure
factors
we
that
can
remain.
resolve them.
With your help, I'm sure we can
Time is
resolve
of the
them.
essence, so I suggest we continue this discussion.
Time
as
is of
we
the
make our way
essence,
to the
so I
brands.
suggest we continue this discussion as we make our way to the brands.
What aid I lend in restoring the brands is insignificant next to what you and yours must accomplish. When my part is complete, I shall stand apart and observe, as I have ever done, for it was you that Vanette has entrusted the future. Okay, so yeah, he's not gonna get any more dialogue unless he's in the room. Important to check though. It's the Watcher. So this is one of the brands that once imprisoned Zodiac. Were I to describe it to my comrades back home, I doubt my words could do it justice. Oi. How did you fare with the preparations below? This seal we mean to erect, I assume it won't hinder a half-void scent like me from going in the other direction. Gistola hath done well indeed to devise a seal in so short a time. 'Tis a testament to her ingenuity in times of need. Word. Now then, to the matter at hand. With the Watcher's assistance, we shall reforge each of Zodiar's brands, and use them to erect a barrier capable of repelling void scent. Yet though we expect it to be effective against larger beings on account of its original purpose, there is a chance it will allow lesser void scent to slip through. Therefore, we shall require a second line of defense, and I believe the Lopert's supporters would be suitable for this purpose. Urianger, yo, the two of you have a strong rapport with our lunar allies. I would have you meet with Living Way in Beast's Best Ways Burrow and provide any assistance they require. I will join you. As a void scent, my knowledge may be of use. An excellent idea. In the meantime, the rest of us will see to reforging the brands. I will send word when we have finished. Pray do the same. We have matters well in hand. Go meet with the Loperts. First we shall see to this brand. Fitting time as any. Yeah. I'm so happy I can fly. What are these things? Living Way, I trust thou hast been well. There you are. Your soul has apprised me of your present undertaking. I understand that she wishes to deploy our pride and joy, the veritable carrots of our eye, our unrivaled combat supporters, as a precautionary measure in case this void scent containment seal of hers proves lacking. As we speak, my fellows are rounding up what units they can, and will bring them to the northeast corner in short order. Please wait there. What other mounts do I have? Yeah. First time using that mount. Ever grateful am I for the Loporrit's irrepressible compulsion to help. Despite their bestial appearance, these creatures are highly intelligent, and much like you and yours, they take pleasure in helping others.
Dreadfully sorry to have kept you all waiting. Hello there, friends. A new person. Heard there was a bit of a rush, so we gathered what combat-ready supporters we had available.
A welcome contribution. Thine initiative never ceaseth to amaze.
Oh, stop! You're making me blush! Though we have fulfilled the purpose given to us by Heidelin, aiding the people of Aetheris remains our greatest joy. So you can count on us, ever and always.
Well, that's nice.
Right, so we originally deployed these supporters to patrol the moon and keep it safe. They've never tussled with Void Scent before, but with sufficient data, they ought to hold their own against the ghastly fiends. Tactical data acquired in the moment, and who better to give the supporters an educational thrashing than the champion of Aetheris?
I believe I would make a better instructor. Not only have I fought Voidsent, I am one.
Well, don't just stand there. Engage! 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 Engage!
We must enhance the supporters and turn them into Voidsent slaughterbots! Indeed. Right after we managed to put the porters back together.
Pray forgive our comrade's enthusiasm. May I inquire as to how long the repairs will take?
On an ordinary day, I'd say no less than 5 carrots quickly consumed. But if you were to provide us with encouragement... we just might be able to do it in 2.
Oh.
This I leave to you.
The leopard's eye twinkle with anticipation as they await your buoyant extolation. To wit, they yearn for you to rally their spirits. Though I fear my laudations will leave them wanting, I shall do mine utmost to rally the leopards. I wonder if these creatures also once existed on the Void's moon, but even if they did, they must all be Void sent by now. To be clear, we will always do everything within our power to aid the people of Aetheris, as I'm sure you'll agree, though it doesn't hurt to have a little encouragement. Oh, what could be more splendiferous than to repair our supporters under the loving gaze of people from Aetheris? Nothing, I tell you, nothing, save for one such individual to rally us while we go about it. But a humble loperate can only dream. Huh? With you cheering me on, I can do not less than my very best. Next to the maintenance of the atmospheric circulation system, making adjustments to these supporters is as easy as changing your socks. The repairs? Oh, they proceed apace, I assure you. But they might go even more swiftly if they were to spur us on, rally us, as it were. Wink wink. Oh. I prayed by mistake. Okay. Well, there's no secret dial. Goddamn. What a marvelous feeling. There's nothing like wild gesticulations of encouragement to fire you up. Oh, forget too, at this rate we'll finish in a carrot and a half. The engineers, yeah. And what? Engage, engage. Oh, sorry, I was in the midst of, forgive me. The sight of precision parts is strangely soothing and sleep-inducing. Whoa, you okay, Kat? But I'll try to keep moving. Total annihilation of void scent. Never fear, we shall ensure the supporters are ready for any void scent, brazen enough to slip through, and if they seem to struggle, we'll rally them, or at least we would if someone were kind enough to demonstrate. Oh, thank you very, very much. You don't know how uplifting it is to have you encouraging us. Showing us the proper techniques so we may keep our supporters operating at peak efficiency. Overclocking to increase maximum output. For the sake of the people of Aetheris, we cannot settle for good enough. My, everyone is in high spirits indeed. Thanks to your encouragement, we'll have the supporters up and running again in no time at all. Pray attend to your remaining busy work and leave the deployment of our new and improved Void Sense slaughter bots to us.
Can you hear me? We've just finished restoring the brands. Let us reconvene once you've finished tending to matters there. The culmination of our efforts is nigh.
Yes, solo, was it? The brands are ready, I presume? Excellent. With Laportes having deployed their supporters, we are ready to proceed. Let us rejoin Yostola post-haste and prise open our gate onto the void. Okay. I'm actually gonna take a little break here. I'll be right back. Restroom break. And I'm back. Without Estinian keeping us safe, we were able to finish. With Estinian keeping us safe, we were able to finish repairing the brands without incident. Some manner of cactar appeared to make mischief, but no one came to harm. How did you fare? This is it. I have duly informed your Strolla of our task completion. While you all tend to matters in the 13th, I shall remain here and ensure the integrity of the gate and seal both. My thanks for seeing to the supporters. With this, all is in readiness for the ritual. First, I shall give the order to Alphanode and Alice in the Tower of Babel to channel ether to the moon. Once we have amassed a sufficient amount of energy, Urianger and I shall begin our incantations to open a void gate. If all goes well, a tear will form in the fabric of reality, at which point you must activate the brands and put in place the containment seal. That is all. If there are no questions, then let us begin.
Apologies for the wait. The preparations here are
Apologies for the wait. The preparations here are finally complete.
The Tower 2 is activated.
Excellent. The Tower 2 is activated. But give the word and we will begin channeling the ether.
Very well then. Make it so.
Very well then. Make it so.
The moment of truth. The moment of truth.
By the sisters!
Urianger, commence your invocations. 'Tis time to open our gate. ether is beginning to form. Quickly, activate the brands. Success. The gate is open, and the seal appears to be in place.
Let's see how well it holds.
Look at the North Gate! Lord Gomez will be eager to hear of this. So this is the first land. The land of boundless ether.
I dare say the seal doth serve its purpose.
I see all proceedeth apace. Remarkable.
Indeed. Just this moment, a void scent emerged from the gate, by which we may safely assume it leads to the 13th.
It's incredible, Ishtola. Truly incredible. Oh, what an honor it is to have been part of this historic achievement.
A part is an understatement. None of this would have been possible without you and yours. Our success has also served to solidify our understanding of cross-rift travel. The Ascians rejoined reflections to the source by instigating elemental imbalances. These imbalances weakened the barrier between realities, causing the ether of a reflection to flood the source. But why is it that reflections are predisposed to rejoin the source? Why have they never merged with one another?
Thou art suggesting there is a unique property inherent to the source, one responsible for such an outcome.
I am. 'Tis my conclusion that, as the point of origin for the reflections, the source has an innate pull over them. Hydaelyn, I believe, sought to suppress that pull, which is why she was created with the power of light, of stasis. Meanwhile, the power of darkness, of activity, reigns in the void. Hydaelyn's influence would naturally be weaker, and this manifested in the form of planar fissures. Working with this hypothesis, I set my sights upon where the pull was assessed to be strongest, and through our combined efforts we succeeded in opening a gate to the void. Now, I must stress, it was because we sought the void that we succeeded. Pleased though I am to have my theory proven, the secrets of travel to other reflections still elude us. Even so, in the reality that lies beyond the 8th umbral calamity, there are those who found a way to reach the first. I will not rest until I do the same.
One step closer to fulfilling your dream, eh?
Just a step. Many more remain to be taken. Which further motivates me to forestall a void-sent invasion. So come, let us set forth, to find Ashdaya and put an end to Golbez's plot.
Climb upon my back. I shall take us to the gate.
As we did discuss prior, I shall see the alchemists safely home, then together with the Loporrits maintain vigil over the gate.
May the sisters watch over and keep you safe.
Into the void once more.
This is the moon of the 13th.
It is. Ever since the flood, it has been a sanguinary orb in the sky.
No void scent. A rather more subdued reception than I had anticipated.
But unsurprising, given how jealously Golbez conceals the location of his domain. Still, we must remain on guard. One of his minions came through the gate, after all, and more may lie in wait.
I do not sense my sister. Where could she be? Where?
Steady, Vritra. We've barely arrived. Let us explore our surrounds before drawing conclusions.
I shall survey the moon from above. The ground I leave to you all.
Oh, no mounts. My lance will be ready should any more of Golbez's pawns appear. The surface of the moon is a grim shade of crimson, a consequence of the flood of darkness, perhaps. No matter how you strain your eyes, you spy no signs of life. In all directions extends a desolate waste without end. No sign of a watcher or any lockerites. Perhaps they were swallowed up in the flood of darkness, or perhaps they never existed here. You hold your breath in an attempt to catch the faintest noise, save for the sound of your comrades. There is nothing. So far you have failed to find any clues as to Jaz's whereabouts. Perhaps Zero has noticed something you miss. Did I talk to everybody else? I think I did. I might have missed Urianche, but it's okay.
The chasm has caught your attention as well. There's some manner of structure below. Worth a look, wouldn't you say?
I too sense something here. This pit much resembles the Cradle of Darkness on our moon, where Zodiac was once imprisoned.
Urianche is on the other moon. Never mind.
If this place serves the same function, then a fragment of his power must have been sealed in the depths. Strange, though. When Zodiac perished in the Source, I presumed that every aspect of him was thus unmade, and his power scattered. But it's unmistakable. The darkness that permeates this abyss. Could a trace of him yet remain? Or is it something else?
I hear thee, sister. I hear thee. Climb on, my friends. Astaya is here, within this chasm.
Sister. Tis I, Vitra. I have come to rescue thee.
You were entrusted with Ashdaya's eye, were you not?
There we go.
On. Oh, Wakom Urta.
Where, Vitra, where or art thou here? Oh, thank goodness. Tis thee, dear sister, truly thee. How long have I dreamed of this moment? Would that I could have found thee sooner, but I am here now. Let us return home together.
Seth es Yis na fest on. Ner no will ak stra idran.
The thought filleth me with joy, but I fear it cannot be. Not even with a dragon's might can these chains be broken.
Es inesh ingol ak.
For they are forged of the very will of the man named Golbez.
So this is indeed Golbez's domain. Kis arn in.
Thou keepest company with mortals? I do. They are my stalwart allies, without whom I could not have come this far.
Cease? Ask dear Amtar.
Is that so? Then much time hath passed indeed.
For war, Maradarn, Alan An.
It doth feel like only yesterday that we were fighting the void-sent hordes the men of Alag had unleashed on Mericidia. What?
Les el kol an, zdis sorn rum, snar Tiamat an.
Desperate to save Tiamat, I flew into the lightless world to strike at the heart of the cloud of darkness's forces.
Kai ros an, ke ul ke darn morn, dis an, kai an, na stra an.
But the void sent I slew returned again and again, and before I knew it, the betwixt worlds had closed. I was stranded, bereft of strength.
Nartal King in eyes.
Thou didst save the lives of full many, sister.
Athan Erndran Esktayan.
Today we abide in harmony with men, working side by side in forging enduring bonds.
I'll call his in Hes Udlar an Esbles Udan.
Indeed, in the course of searching for thee, I did cross paths with many a more noble mortal, in whom I built a nation of rich diversity.
Ses Razathan Huan Snoson an Hai Es Inan.
To thee I would show it, my beautiful Ratsat's hand. I shall not rest until thou art free.
Ta hes an Elgon osk in.
When Golbez found me collapsed, the darkness ravaging my wounds, he spoke and said,
Ses kidir in an, casta an.
'Tis but a matter of time before you turn, but I have the power to stop it.
Sta in es katao tai an, es an stra in sorn.
And he did, for a price. I would remain myself but bound, an everlasting feast for his minions who supped upon my ether over thousands of years.
What now, then? Does this great worm intend to remain a captive meal for all eternity, not daring to test her chains?
Ern el, mished in ud.
If such is thine attempt at encouragement, mortal, then thou art as graceless as Nidhogg.
Kis taro, Asrael dis tar, sma osk in sis an.
'Twas Golbez who did weave this spell, and so his defeat should serve to unravel it. Would it suffice as a show of spirit were I to reveal what I know of the villain?
Now there's a start. So, what can you tell us?
Sis tar no gol in.
Mayhap in order to sustain the magic, he cannot travel far from this place.
Do es inesh igol sorn, ka som mongo.
He doth prefer to send minions to carry out his will, but on occasion will himself ascend to the moon's surface.
Skom les sao an, som du orta sis.
And every time, without fail, he will visit the same location to the south. Something of import lieth there, doubt not.
Well, you heard her. Shall we look into this spot near and dear to our enemy's heart?
Tis a comfort to see that Adagja's spirit remains unbroken. Let's find this mystery location Golbez so favors. A place Golbez visits without fail. If there was some distortion in the ambient ether, I would be able to find it with ease. Istoa, Estinian, Zero, and Yosan would probably be my party if this was a single player Final Fantasy. They are my favorite characters in terms of like fighting, you know what I mean? Like, Istoa. Actually, you know what? They're good characters in their own right. I can't help but think of Alphinaud and Alzay and be like, and Grahatia and Kryle. Damn, they're all so good. Fuck. Alright. The others have already begun searching for clues. Let us do the same. I'll take charge of this area if you could see to the south. Hello. Oh, Vitra. I thought you were a notorious monster or something. I would not discern a structure of any kind from above. Whatever this place or object might be, Golbez hath hidden it well. A glint from beneath the rock catches your eye.
Did you find something?
Eh.
A memoria. But whose?
How does the echo work without Hydaelyn or the Mother Crystal anymore? I'm curious.
You have lied, pillaged, and murdered. Have you anything to say in your defense?
No. Every one of them got what they deserved. Trusting fools. Like you would-be heroes. Aye. You do well to keep a close eye on each other. It always ends the same way. A knife in the back. And better to have the handle towards your hand. You'll see! Oh, yes. You will.
Damn. In death may your soul find salvation.
I can't bring myself to pray for the unrepentant. You're a nobler man than I.
Come now, we all are shaped by these dark times more than we care to admit. I chose to believe that, had left these men known peace plenty, they would not have been consumed by mistrust and avarice.
Victims of the Contra Memoria, then. Like so many others. But we will end it.
Thank you. I shudder to imagine what might have happened if you hadn't dealt with the Dark Ones.
Who is that?
Oh, her? She's like you, I hear. Hunts Memoriates taken by darkness.
Well, well. A kindred spirit. Perhaps we will finally have a new comrade.
No. I've no interest in working with others. Much less someone who looks as suspicious as you.
Is that so?
If there's nothing else, I'll be on my way.
Even when we share the same goal, we can't overcome the mistrust. Such is the way of things, the wisdom of our era.
Only a precious few memories remain and cling to the light that we have won or over.
We'll make do, old friend. We have accomplished much already, and another person may well have been more of a hindrance than help. Now then, our work here is finished. His Majesty has summoned us, so let us not delay. To Baron!
Had another vision of the past, did you? What? I was in it. It's them. The pair I met in that village. Which means the one sealed in this memoria is...
So, you have come. You who would oppose our crusade.
Tranquil. Sister.
You. I know you.
Is that so? From the world before, I dare say. 'Tis impressive enough that you have managed to retain your mortal form, but to remember your past besides. But that is of no moment. You are the Memoriat who vanquished my minions, correct?
And what if I am?
Then I would bid you join me. As a child of our world and slave to the wheel, fight with me for the salvation of all our souls.
Fight with you? More like fight as your pawn. It isn't me you want, but my power. And if I don't obey, you'll bind me like you bound that dragon. But no more. I refuse to be bound ever again. I fight only for myself, and for those in whom I trust. My friends.
I see. A pity. It is for the dragon that you have come, yes? When first you appeared, I thought simply to remove a threat to our plan. Never did I imagine that you would reach this place and gift me a golden opportunity.
Speak plainly, Goler.
Long as it has been imprisoned, this dragon has grown feeble and weak, its spirit extinguished. Your coming has served to rekindle her forgotten hope. Her yearning to be free, to return home. That is the key to our deliverance.
The darkness is ravaging her. She's becoming a void scent.
Visha, thou must flee.
Rise, O Shadow Dragon, and obey! Kill him.
Sister, please.
filth!
Keep our guests occupied.
Save her, Adeki. Save my sister.
Before darkness swallowed the world, I fought tirelessly in a war without end. The experience taught me to discern the strong, that dragon, and you. Come, face me.
I'll deal with you and then I'll free us to back the job. Nice.
Accursed light. You, who have ever basked in its warmth, could never understand our envy, our agony. You will not deny us our release.
Okay. I can't do it because of item level. God damn it. Hey. What item level am I at? I'm 3 short. Well, this sure is a cool place. I'm gonna call it here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.